Hello students, let's go ahead with the next module of letter writing, which deals with application letter. Now students, let us look at how to develop this. It is written in order to apply for a job or to procure, to get some documents like the mark sheet or the school leaving certificate, etc. So whom do you write to? Of course, to an authority, because it's a type of a formal letter, but a specific one where you are applying for something. What we've seen is complaint or request or suggestion. Now you are requesting, but specifically for something. So it's an application, and that something could be a job or for some certificate. Now it is written to an authority like the HR manager, that is when you're applying for a job, or the editor, because sometimes the advertisement is in the newspaper and they don't mention for which company it is. So you could also write to the editor, or you could write to the advertiser, whoever is advertising. Next, the format is the same as formal letters, except that there are two new additions, that is the reference line and the enclosure. Where will this be written? We'll see that in detail. Length, again one side of the paper, but here because you have something additional, it could go on to a little more on the next side of the paper. 3 paragraphs can be expected, and the content should be brief and precise. Now let us see how to actually do this. Of course, first and foremost, the question becomes very important. Look at the question here, students. The following advertisement, read the following advertisement and prepare a letter of application. You do not have to prepare your biodata. Students, biodata, it comes as a separate question. It could be a type of information transfer, but it will not be a part of your letter writing, because letter writing is only 5 marks. And you require around 15 minutes to write the letter. So here it's specifically mentioned not to prepare your biodata, just write the letter of application. Now, what is the advertisement? Wanted young male or female sales representatives. Candidates should be graduates with a good command of English and Marathi. Apply with details. Box A 605 TOI. Of course, you know that it is Times of India, Mumbai 400001. Now the question will be given in this manner. Let's go ahead. Again, we have the sample paper of the board exam, and here on the right hand side on top you've written the from address. Now students, you could write any address. I would say learn one address, whether it's formal, informal application, the from address has to be the same. So you need not really learn different types of addresses, learn any one. Okay, but don't write your own address. Create a new one. So here you have the from address. The from address will be written in the same manner as it was in the formal letters. Then of course we have the date line, which is again DD, MM, YY. Here we will write it in the standard form, 4th March 2015. After that, we have the to address. Now, where do we get the to address from? Students, most of the times, for an application letter, the question will have the to address. You can see there, it is given, apply with details to so and so. So, the to address has been mentioned over there, and you will write the same. So, here you will say the advertiser, because they have not mentioned to whom. Okay? So, you will write the advertiser, box A605, the Times of India, and DN Road, Fort. Now students, this is the standard address of Times of India. It's a very, very famous address, and therefore you should know the address of Times of India. And Mumbai 400001. Of course, it's given here. But suppose this is not given to you, students, then you could write anything as your to address. Okay? If it is given that you have to write to the newspaper itself, then you write it like this. If it is not given, probably you could create your own address of the person to whom you are applying, or the company to whom you are applying. So we have already dealt with the to address. Now students, let's go on with the reference line. Students, remember I told you the reference line is something that is additional in an application letter. Where does it come? Immediately after the to address. So here it is. Again, let it be in the center. And how will you start writing the reference line? You will say your advertisement in. Why reference? Because you are referring, okay, to the advertisement that was given in the question. So your advertisement in, you will write it like that, and after that the ... means you are going to write the name of the newspaper, and you will write even the date. So you could see there the Times of India dated 3rd March 2015. Students, again look at the dates. The advertisement is on 3rd March and the letter you have written immediately on the 4th March. See that you keep that difference. It could be the same day, but it could not be the previous day. And don't keep a huge gap, because the moment there's an advertisement, you generally apply immediately. Okay, so that is the reference line. Remember to underline the reference. Now, here add the subject line after the reference line. So after the reference line, you have the subject line. Again, it is centralized. And what will you write as the subject? Here it is application for the post of, and it was given in the question, it is sales representative. So here again, you underline the subject. After that, students, again we come to salutation. Now the salutation could either be sir or it could be madam along with a comma. Do not forget the comma. Students, we have seen how to develop the from address, the to address, the reference line, the subject line, and the salutation for an application letter. Let us now see how to develop the paragraphs and the subscription in the next module.